Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So we are now on our final I rule, Ikhfaa, which the rule states that when there is a noon with sukoon or tanween followed by, and this is where it becomes important to know all the other three rules because it's all of these letters up here. Okay. When it's followed by any one of those letters, then you hide the noon. And we will go through the examples and explain what hiding is. But understand that you have to know the other three rules in order to do this rule, in order to know how to do this rule. Because you can't memorize all these rules. It's not practical. So in your head, you're going to be, you see a noon with sukoon and you go through the list, right? Is it an idgham letter? Is it an izhar letter? Is it an iqlab letter? If it's not any one of those letters, then you know it's an ikhfa letter, and you know you're going to be doing ikhfa. Remember that we talked about in class that there were two types of ikhfa, right? There is soft ikhfa and heavy ikhfa. If it's a heavy letter, you're going to be doing heavy nasal sound, and if it's soft, then you're going to be doing soft nasal sound. And then also when you're doing the floating tongue, right, you're going to be prepping the next letter. So let's go ahead and go to this example right here. So we have a slad followed by a noon with sukoon. We know that slad is an ikhfa letter. We also know it's a heavy letter. And when we do our floating tongue on the noon, we are going to be prepping slad. So we say mansuran. So it is not true ghunna. It is more like literally floating tongue. This is the best way to make the sound. Just make sure your tongue is not touching anything until you say the next letter. Min siyamin. Notice this is heavy, so I made that nasal sound heavy. I already had a heavy mouth whenever I was on the noon. Let's continue. Amalan salihan. Here we have an example of smiling ikhfa or soft ikhfa, and I'm going to be prepping this dhal. تنذرهم ومن ذريتي ظل ذي ثلاث الحنث من ثمرة يومئذ ثمانية أنكالا من كسب ملك كريم فأنجاه وإن جنحوا خلقا جديدا ننشزها من شعائر رسولا شاهدا ينقلب من قريب رزقا قالوا فأنساه من سفه بشرا سويا سندس من ديارهم وكأسا دهاقا. That concludes our first page of Ikhfaa exercises.